Hey everyone, this is PixieBrix, and in the next few minutes, I want to show you how you can use PixieBrix and UiPath to accomplish all your automation dreams. Specifically, I'm going to walk you through an example of how we will use PixieBrix to scrape information from a live chat message on this page, and then pass that information to a UiPath process that is going to look up that user and return their orders all in a sidebar, so I don't have to go anywhere. I can just see what I need right here. So here is how we're going to do it. First of all, we're going to assume you have PixieBrix, so make sure to sign up if you haven't already. I'll include a link for that in the description. But once you have the PixieBrix Chrome extension, click anywhere on the page and choose Inspect. And go up here, and now click on PixieBrix. And if your doc shows up on the right side here, click these three dots and move it to the bottom. That's going to make it a lot easier for you to navigate. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click this Add button. And this determines how you start your mod. That's what we call them, mods. This determines how you start it. And so you can start it by right-clicking on the page. You can create a button that you click and it does the things. We're going to use the button. And it's going to let you select other things on the page, right? So I'm going to click the Submit button. I don't actually like the styles of how that one looks. So I've got some other styles copied over here that I'd actually rather use instead. So let me grab them, copy and paste that in here. And you can see this is kind of the power of PixieBrix to be able to style things exactly the way you want. So watch that. Boom. Notice how I've got like rounded corners. I've got purple. You can use CSS to style it however you want. You can change the text in here to say read chat or whatever you'd like. And you can also specify where this runs. In this case, I want it to run on my website. So once you've got that, that is good to go. Next, we want to actually get the chat user info. So to do that, we're going to use the extract from page brick. And you'll just add that brick in there, and you'll define a property. I'm going to say name, and then I'm going to use this gray mouse or this green mouse, and you can see I can select different areas on the page, right? So I'm going to click this name since that's like actually what I want to grab. And in some cases, you may want to grab something different, like that may not actually be the right message, or for instance, or the right text. You may want to change the selector, and you can pass in here whatever you want by typing in here. So for example, I actually want to get I also want to get the first chat message. So I'm going to create a property called first chat. And I actually happen to already know the selector because I was playing around with the elements. And so I'm going to pass that in there. And you can see that I can actually get that first chat message. So that's super awesome. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to add another brick here. And I want to inject the name that we just grabbed into this field here, since I'm probably going to need to be processing a refund for them. So I'm going to use the set input value brick. Click add. And you're probably familiar with this by this point, our handy selector. I'm just going to select the field. It puts that there. And notice, I'm just going to go ahead and run the brick real quick. And you'll see that in this handy extract from page brick, I was able to get the data. When I clicked that button, it was able to successfully script the data from the chat. And now I can access that via this output here. So I see it's at data.name. I can just copy that path. And now when I put that in the input as the value for my set input value, I'm going to click that, and it's going to actually set customer value to PixieBrix. Again, whatever text that was over there is what it's going to set it to. And so now I actually want to run a UiPath process. And I'm going to assume at this point that you have some sort of UiPath process. We will have another video soon showing how to set that process up if you need help with that. But I'm going to assume at this point you have a UiPath process set up, and you just need to run it. So this process that I have, for instance, it is called get orders. And the way it works is I basically am just looking, I want to await my results, and I'm going to look up a name. And once again, I'll just reference that data.name. And I'm going to say, hey, go look up data for that order and return back anything we have with that user. So that way I can see that output. So let's just run it real quick and see what we get here. And you can see it's running on the side. It's injected the text. It's already done that, but it's actually running this job. And soon we'll have this output where you can see we can access an array of different order information. And so that's great. So now we just need to display that in the sidebar. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a display temporary information brick. That's going to open us up a sidebar here. We just call this orders, and we'll click this render document. I'm going to change this to maybe say view, and you can say user.name reference. That's how you would reference text inside of reference a variable inside other text. View usernames orders. And then in here, I'm actually going to get rid of this text element, and instead I'm going to click these three dots and click brick. And notice over here, I've got a new like subsection called brick. I'm going to click that plus and put customizable table. And basically what this is going to let me do is pass an array of data that inside of that data, I'm going to be able to take that array that we just got from UiPath and actually specify the specifics of what we want to show in here and format it in a nice table. So to reference what I need from UiPath here, I'm gonna rename this to orders, so that's a little bit cleaner to do. And then I'm going to copy this path. Note it will have changed because I just renamed the output to orders, so that value is going to match that value. And now I just need to define what the columns are. And so let's say I want one for date. And again, to figure out how I'm going to reference that, I'm going to just use these items here. So this is called date. So if I want to show the date of an order, I just need to reference date. And if I want to show like the items in the order, same sort of thing. Let's go back and see. It's called item. Make it match, and we will just say item, and then add that again. And then let's say I want to just show the total price, which again, it is .total. So, oops, we actually don't need the hrefs there. Yeah, and I will call it total. And so now, if we'll need to run this again, and we're going to see a sidebar up here that actually has all of the data from the UiPath process, but it's going to be injected into the sidebar table. And so check it out here. We can now see I think I put, it's data.name.user.name. Fix that real quick. And you'll now see view PixieBrix order. So it's going to inject the name of the person. It's going to show the date from the order. It's going to show the items and the total order. And all of this happens without ever having to leave the page. So you can stay in this chat. You can fill out the refund portal, fetch the information you need, all without leaving this tab. So this is just one way of using PixieBrix and UiPath together. I hope you find this useful. If you have any questions, join the community, comment below. We would love to help you out.